Therefore snares are round about you, and sudden fear troubles you. Or darkness, that you cannot see, and abundance of waters cover you. Is not God in the height of heaven? And behold the height of the stars, how high they are. And you say, how does God know? Can he judge through the dark cloud? Thick clouds are a covering to him, that he sees not, and he walks in the circuit of heaven. Have you marked the old way which wicked men have trodden? Which were cut down out of time, whose foundation was overflowed with the flood. Which said to God, depart from us, and what can the Almighty do for them? Yet he filled their houses with good things, but the counsel of the wicked is far from me. The righteous see it, and are glad, and the innocent laugh them to scorn. Whereas our substance is not cut down, but the remnant of them the fire consumes. Acquaint now yourself with him, and be at peace, thereby good shall come to you. Receive, I pray you, the law from his mouth, and lay up his words in your heart. If you return to the Almighty, you shall be built up, you shall put away iniquity far from your tabernacles. Then shall you lay up gold as dust, and the gold of Ophir as the stones of the brooks. Yes, the Almighty shall be your defense, and you shall have plenty of silver. For then shall you have your delight in the Almighty, and shall lift up your face to God. You shall make your prayer to him, and he shall hear you, and you shall pay your vows. You shall also decree a thing, and it shall be established to you, and the light shall shine on your ways. When men are cast down, then you shall say, there is lifting up, and he shall save the humble person. He shall deliver the island of the innocent, and it is delivered by the pureness of your hands. Then Job answered and said, even today is my complaint bitter, my stroke is heavier than my groaning. Oh, that I knew where I might find him! That I might come even to his seat. I would order my cause before him, and fill my mouth with arguments. I would know the words which he would answer me, and understand what he would say to me. Will he plead against me with his great power? No, but he would put strength in me. There the righteous might dispute with him, so should I be delivered forever from my judge. Behold, I go forward, but he is not there, and backward, but I cannot perceive him. On the left hand, where he does work, but I cannot behold him, he hides himself on the right hand, that I cannot see him. But he knows the way that I take, when he has tried me, I shall come forth as gold. My foot has held his steps, his way have I kept, and not declined. Neither have I gone back from the commandment of his lips, I have esteemed the words of his mouth more than my necessary food. But he is in one mind, and who can turn him? And what his soul desires, even that he does. For he performs the thing that is appointed for me, and many such things are with him. Therefore am I troubled at his presence, when I consider, I am afraid of him. For God makes my heart soft, and the Almighty troubles me. Because I was not cut off before the darkness, neither has he covered the darkness from my face. Why, seeing times are not hidden from the Almighty, do they that know him not see his days? Some remove the landmarks, they violently take away flocks, and feed thereof. They drive away the ass of the fatherless, they take the widow's ox for a pledge. They turn the needy out of the way, the poor of the earth hide themselves together. Behold, as wild asses in the desert, go they forth to their work, rising betimes for a prey, the wilderness yields food for them and for their children. They reap every one his corn in the field, and they gather the vintage of the wicked. They cause the naked to lodge without clothing, that they have no covering in the cold. They are wet with the showers of the mountains, and embrace the rock for want of a shelter. They pluck the fatherless from the breast, and take a pledge of the poor. They cause him to go naked without clothing, and they take away the sheep from the hungry. Which make oil within their walls, and tread their wine presses, and suffer thirst. Men groan from out of the city, and the soul of the wounded cries out, yet God lays not folly to them. They are of those that rebel against the light, they know not the ways thereof, nor abide in the paths thereof. The murderer rising with the light kills the poor and needy, and in the night is as a thief. The eye also of the adulterer waits for the twilight, saying, No eye shall see me, and disguises his face. In the dark they dig through houses, which they had marked for themselves in the daytime, they know not the light. For the morning is to them even as the shadow of death, if one know them, they are in the terrors of the shadow of death. He is swift as the waters, their portion is cursed in the earth, he beholds not the way of the vineyards. Drought and heat consume the snow waters, so does the grave those which have sinned. The womb shall forget him, the worm shall feed sweetly on him, he shall be no more remembered, and wickedness shall be broken as a tree. He evil entreats the barren that bears not, and does not good to the widow. He draws also the mighty with his power, he rises up, and no man is sure of life. Though it be given him to be in safety, whereon he rests, yet his eyes are on their ways. They are exalted for a little while, but are gone and brought low, they are taken out of the way as all other, and cut off as the tops of the ears of corn. And if it be not so now, who will make me a liar, and make my speech nothing worth? Then answered Bildad the Shuhite, and said, Dominion and fear are with him, he makes peace in his high places. Is there any number of his armies? And on whom does not his light arise? How then can man be justified with God? Or how can he be clean that is born of a woman? Behold even to the moon, and it shines not, yes, the stars are not pure in his sight. How much less man, that is a worm? And the Son of Man, which is a worm? But Job answered and said, How have you helped him that is without power? How save you the arm that has no strength? How have you counseled him that has no wisdom? And how have you plentifully declared the thing as it is? To whom have you uttered words? And whose spirit came from you? Dead things are formed from under the waters, and the inhabitants thereof. Hell is naked before him, and destruction has no covering. He stretches out the north over the empty place, and hangs the earth on nothing. He binds up the waters in his thick clouds, and the cloud is not rent under them. He holds back the face of his throne, and spreads his cloud on it. He has compassed the waters with bounds, until the day and night come to an end. The pillars of heaven tremble and are astonished at his reproof. He divides the sea with his power, and by his understanding he smites through the proud. By his spirit he has garnished the heavens, his hand has formed the crooked serpent. See, these are parts of his ways, but how little a portion is heard of him. But the thunder of his power who can understand? Moreover Job continued his parable, and said, As God lives, who has taken away my judgment, and the Almighty, who has vexed my soul. End of reading.